Good morning. It's time for Adventures with Granny Sue. Hey, it's time for Adventures with Granny Sue. And today, for our first episode, I thought we'd start with something really easy. That's plantain infused oil. And with that plantain infused oil, we're going to make plantain salve, which is really good for things that itch. Anything that itches, mosquito bites, rashes, all kinds of things. So you're gonna love this stuff, and it's really easy to make, and the ingredient is probably found in your yard. Okay, so we're gonna go looking for plantain, and I'll tell you just what to look for. Just go like this, and go like this, and there it is, plantain. See? This is plantain. You probably have it in your yard. Turn it over and you'll see all of these ribs. That is plantain. You can eat it. You can, let me just keep it. You can eat it. You can make some lip balm out of it, which I'm going to do with some of this. Here, look at this. Look at all this. It's everywhere. Here's also some, these are also excellent dandelion leaves. And dandelion heads, they actually purify your liver. They seriously do. It's not just old witchy kind of tales. I'm not into that kind of herbalism, okay? I just like to use what God has given us in our earth and use it medicinally or whatever, because He gave us all these herbs for a reason. Roger, what are you doing? I saw a bee. This is a pause here. Look at him. Don't disturb the bee. What are you doing? Mojo, he's gonna sting you. Mojo does this all the time. He's fascinated with them. Of course, it's a carpenter and it probably won't hurt him, but Mojo might be hurting him. Leave him alone, Mojo. No. Hey, leave my bee alone. Go on, bee. So we have a lot of plantain back here that doesn't get cut down. There's a bunch of nice little young ones like that. Anyway, I'm going to pick a big mess of these and then take them in the house and make an infusion, an oil infusion. Now that is not plantain. You got to know what you're picking. So make sure you know what you're picking before you pick. Let me show you this leaf that is plantain. You see that it's growing with a lot of other grasses and things like that. There's another one. So you see the shape of it. This is one kind of plantain. There's another kind that's long and skinny. It's called narrow leaf plantain, and I'll show you that in a minute. It's the same basic plant, same good properties, and you do the same thing with it. So you can mix them or match, whatever. So see the back? Look at the back. Make sure that all of the veins come from this point here at the bottom of the stem, and it just comes out. See? They're really pretty little things. Anyway, that is plantain. Okay, let's look at something else. There's a yellow jacket. We don't want him. Okay, any other leaf. This is pokeweed, but obviously that is not plantain. I mean, it's got heavy ribs on the back, see, but they don't come from this petiole right here at the bottom, the base of the leaf there. The leaves, see, this is different. They all come from this point on the bottom, and they splay out like that. This does not. We saw another plant a while ago over here, and I said, that is not plantain. I gotta see if I can find where it was. It kind of, well, okay, these are, if you pick this wouldn't be a problem. Anyway, this is a violet leaf, and they're edible also. Still the veins do not completely come from the bottom. You see they have some branching off from the middle, and they also have branching veins on the leaf itself, whereas the plantain just pretty much looks like a watermelon. It doesn't have branching veins, and there's a slight little fuzzy on it. You can see that in the sunshine. You see the little fuzzy? You can see that there. Here's some wild strawberries. Of course, you know that's not plantain, even though it's got the ribs and everything. It's got the little jagged edge around it. Plantain has a very smooth edge to it. Smooth all the way around. See? Look at the veins again. They all come from the bottom. And very beautiful. This here is a copper leaf plant that would not kill you either if you ate it. It's very edible. But that looks nothing like plantain for all the reasons that you already know. The veins do not all emanate from this petiole. This here, these things which have those purple flowers, that's smartweed. That's another thing that's got some good properties. There's not a whole lot really that will kill you out here. Let's see, you know dandelions and what they are. Okay, let me show you the seeds. This is a junk pile back here. This is the round broadleaf plantain. This is what the seeds look like. See? Now these seeds are very useful for gut health and for digestion. It's Metamucil. These seeds, very definitely healthy, good for you. Okay, so that's the seeds. Now let's see over here if we can find some narrow leaf. This is plantain. See, it's a similar looking leaf in one way because those veins all come from that bottom of the leaf and come out. Whoop. But these are very narrow, skinny. But they're still plantain. They're still edible. I could sit here and munch on them right now. It's very good for you. So you just kind of have to get to know these things. And I guess the other way is to taste it. It just tastes like a green. I'm eating it. By the way, you can chew that up like that. That little piece of spittle mixed with chewed up plantain and stick it on a bee sting, and the pain will subside tremendously. Salve does the same thing. This is what our ancestors used to do. They chew it up like that and stick it. Now we have to dehydrate the leaves. Now last night I dehydrated the leaves. Here's some pictures of what I laid out in my dehydrator. I have 4 trays in my dehydrator and it filled all 4. Turned it on, left it all night, and then today they're crispy critters. Here they are. I've got 4 trays of them, and but these guys are crunchy, see? So I'm gonna put them in a jar. Even though it looks like a lot, by the time you crunch them up, they're not all that much. So the way that we do this for an infusion is to put all of these, it should be about 2 cups when I get done with it, which is about the size of this. Watch this. See. Make a mess. I'm going to put them all in there and crunch them all up. And then we're going to fill to the top with the oil of your choice. Now, if you're making plantain salve, you might want to use olive oil. I use olive oil a lot, but some folks like to use avocado oil. Some good ones are, what did I say? I said avocado, safflower might be a good one, sunflower might be a good one. I would not use corn oil or vegetable oil. It's just don't. And now I have to squish it down. I've got a, this is a can of some drink of some kind, juice drink. But you can use whatever it takes to smush it. Just smush it. You could smush it with a spoon or a fork. But I like to get them as smushed as possible. And then just take a fork or spoon and stir it up a little bit. Like, stir it back up a little and smush it again. Or you know what, you can break it up as you put it in if you want to break it up. I don't recommend putting it into a food processor or anything like that because you're going to come up with a lot of powder. And the powder, it just, you end up straining, and I mean, you have to strain it anyway, but it leaves a lot of residue in the bottom. I would just, all you need is to break it up a little bit. Now, once you break it up, okay, you have to get your oil. Pour your oil in there. Let me grab my oil. Okay, I have avocado oil here. That's what I'm going to be using for this batch. And you just pour it in so that you cover it all up. I think I'm gonna, because I really had quite a bit here. It's a lot of oil, yes it is. But this is going to become salve, and it's also going to become lip balm. And I have a lot of different flavors that they're going to be. Avocado oil, you can taste it. It has very little character of its own. You know that olive oil is very distinctive, has that olive oil taste, and you don't want to use peanut oil because so many people are allergic. That would be a really bad thing, to use peanut oil. and have somebody become allergic to your stuff, and just don't use peanut oil. It's just not a good choice. Avocado oil, safflower, sunflower, and good old olive oil. You can't go wrong with olive oil, really. But this is what I do. You put the lid on this, put it in a dark place. I mean, just a place out of the way. It doesn't have to be, you know, pitch black or anything, but put it in a warm spot. Don't put it in the fridge. Now, that's what you can do for 5 weeks. You have to leave that. If you're in a big hurry and you have to have it sooner, you can do a 2-hour or overnight method. So, if you don't want to wait 5 weeks for your infused plantain oil to get ready, you can do the quick version, which takes about 2 hours, or you can just leave it in the crock pot for the rest of the day. Anyway, don't cook it though. Here, I'm going to show you how to do it. Here's my plantain that I covered with oil. This time I've got avocado oil in there. You can use any kind of oil. I forgot to mention also grapeseed oil is a great one to use, because grapeseed oil does not have much of a taste at all. So if you're going to end up wanting a different scent or something in your oils, grapeseed's not going to interfere. You might be tempted to use coconut oil, but that, if you get the virgin coconut oil, which is the best for you, it's unrefined, it's going to have some coconut smell to it. So you might not want to use coconut oil unless you're going to use a coconut flavor, or you know, if you're making lip gloss or something. You know, if you're going to make vanilla or coconut or something, that'd be fine. Well, let's get on with this. First of all, get your little crock pot out if you've got one, a little one, big one, doesn't matter. And you've got your oil.'t before we put this in the crock pot, we're not going to want to heat this up too hot. So I'm going to get my jar lids. I'm going to get a little jar lid and stick it in the bottom, and then put the jar on top of the jar lid so it doesn't touch the hot heating element area of this. And then I'm going to pour water. This water's already been heated because I made my coffee this morning. I made a pour over. And so you can see the steam coming up. I'm going to have to put more water in there. Alrighty, that's going to be enough. Got it right up close to the top. So I'm going to turn this on low. I don't want to cook it. If you cook your plantain, you're just going to have cooked plantain. You might as well eat it. Forget about making a fast. Alright, so I'm going to put that in there. No lid is necessary. Turn it on low and just leave it for a few hours while you're doing your housework or whatever. And then when you come back, you'll be ready to strain it. Okay, so we're on. I'm going to show you how to strain your plantain. Strain the plantain. Okay, first we take the lid off. Now this hasn't gone long enough for me. I'm gonna let it go overnight. But I'm going to strain it now just to show you, and then I'll put it back in. So, first of all, I've got a big mixing bowl, or a measuring bowl under there, and I put cheesecloth on there instead of, sometimes I use old baby diapers or a straining bag, but I'm going to use cheesecloth today. So, you take it and you pour it in. That's what you do. Just like that. That's it. Mojo, we'll get it in a minute. Mojo wants another treat. Okay, take it all like this. And see, this isn't as dark as I want it to look because it hasn't gone long enough. But you take it and you just squeeze the heck out of it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now this has not gone long enough, like I said, but this is how we do it. And I just take it and stretch or squeeze like that, just twist it until you literally can get no more out of it. Then you've got your, I mean, that's it. It's almost silly to have gone through the step for you because it's just so easy. You just strain it, that's it. So I'm going to put this back in my jar and let it go for a while longer. But I have some more that's already done that I'll be showing you. Look at that. That is good stuff. Delicious. Nutritious. I'm not going to eat this, but I'm going to use it for, this one's actually going to go into mostly, I think, lip balm for little Christmas presents. And so, I mean, you can make it with different flavors, but it will be medicinal at the same time. I mean, it'll help chapped lips and all that. Oops. It is a mess. Let me just pour it in here. My dog went outside. Okay. So, when you're done with this, you just rinse it out in the sink, put it in your washing machine and clean it, and use it next time. Okay, we're about to make a salve out of the before we do that, let's talk about salve. Salve's a funny word. S-A-L-V-E. It's not salve. It's salve. It's just a funny word to me, but salve. Anyway, let's talk about salve. Salve is like a balm. And the Bible talks about a balm in Gilead. Have you heard that? Anyway, it's about Jesus. It's a metaphor. A balm is a metaphor for the healing power, saving power of Jesus Christ. And so let's just look at the balm of Gilead in the book of Jeremiah. What is the balm of Gilead? Well, it was a salve from the land of Gilead during Bible times, and they still make it. It's a balm that was used widely for rashes, for sickness, for coughs. You rub it on your chest, like Vicks Vapo Rub, you know. It had anti-inflammatory properties. It had anti-itch properties. I guess it had all those allantoins. Is that the word? Allantoin. Had those chemicals in it that healed. It helped promote healing. Just like plantain oil helps promote cell production. I mean, it helps healing. And the balm of Gilead was just a lot like that. I would love to make balm of Gilead, but it is made from the buds of the balsam poplar or the black cottonwood tree. From the buds, there's a sap, a sticky sap resin that comes out of that, and that's what the balm of Gilead is made from. And I would love to do that sometime. Maybe next spring I'll do that. But the balm of Gilead represents Jesus, the healing power of Jesus, the saving power of Jesus. And so in the chapter 8 of Jeremiah, you might want to read it because it's a prophetic dialogue back and forth between Jeremiah. He's sort of dictating this dialogue between God and his people, where God said, "Why have they provoked me to anger with their carved images, with foreign idols?" We call good evil and evil good. Y'all know that. I don't have to get into that today, but read chapter 8 of Jeremiah. Verse 22 says, "Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is there no recovery for the health of the daughter of my people?" Now the Bible here isn't saying my people should have gone out and bought some balm of Gilead, and that would heal them. No, this is a prophetic, metaphorical word he's talking, it's metaphorically, it's prophetically saying, is there no balm in Gilead that my people should not have healing access? That balm of Gilead is Jesus Christ. In the Old Testament, it was God the Father, all of his love and his faithfulness and doing for us that is embodied in Jesus now, because Jesus is God from heaven come down into an earth suit. But it's the same God. It's the same God. And he wondered, why is there no balm for my people? Why is there no faith from my people? Why do my people not know where their health comes from? Why do my people not know where their peace comes from and their joy comes from? They need a balm. They need me, God says. They need Jesus. Well, you have access to Jesus right now. You have access to the balm of Gilead. Find out who Jesus is for your life and to apply him and his principles to your problems. So get hold of some balm, okay? And right now we're going to make some plantain sap. We use 100% pure beeswax pellets. It's easier to use. And use 4 parts oil to one part beeswax. If you want it softer, use 5 parts oil to 1 part beeswax. And if you want it harder, 3 parts oil for 1 part beeswax. You'll have to do the math because I'm not good. And this is the time when you add the essential oils of your choice. Make sure to use plenty of it to make it smell good. Okay, here we are at the tins. I've got 12 tins. I'm probably going to have a lot of stuff left over. Let me show you. The last time I made it, I used avocado oil. And the color is very different from the first batch I used when I made with olive oil. So it doesn't matter what kind of oil you use. Actually, I think I used a mixture of safflower and avocado, but on the label I'll put all 3, just so people, in case they're allergic, they won't get in trouble there. But this is a mixture of oils, avocado and safflower, but this time I'm just using olive oil. And these little tins, by the way, are for a package of 12. I think they're about $7 on Amazon. You can get them cheaper if you go on Temu or something like that. Okay, and here's what I do. Pour it in. Whoops. I like to pour it nice and full. People get what they pay for. Oops, that one's too full. So I'll take a spoon and get it out. There we go. This stuff is so good for you. I mean, for your skin problems. Seriously, if you have an itch, it's good for babies' diaper rash too. See, I'm almost done. You know what? This has gone a long way. I mean, these cups have gone a long way. I mean, they've held a lot more than I thought they would. Okay. Now, you want your cups, your little tins, to sit straight, or they will dry crooked. Ah, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. Now I put that one in crooked. So let me straighten this out. I came up with a brilliant solution. Just don't use the lid underneath them. Go like that, put the lid to the side. There we go. Brilliant. Necessity is the mother of invention. I said that once today. Say it again. Okay. Here we go. Now when these dry and congeal, they will be a nice olive green, and hopefully the salve is going to be thick enough. If it's too thin, I'm going to have to put some more beeswax in. I'll probably just put it in each one individually and warm them up. Ow. Okay, well, it's been about maybe 20 minutes, maybe 15, and they're looking really dark, but I know they're not cool yet. You can see the spots in them where they're the dark spots, they're congealed harder. But over here in the leftovers, see, I can see that that's a really soft salve. I don't know that I want it that soft. It's still kind of warm, but I don't really want it that soft. So here's the plantain salve. It turned out just fine, and I even had some left over of that which I made with the safflower oil and avocado oil. So I put it in a jar and I just use it at my desk. It's hard enough. Do you see? It's not like a candle. This could be a candle with a little more beeswax in it, but it's not. It's great just for an emollient on your skin or on your lips, and so I use it that way all the time. Oh, it's wonderful. It really is. Doesn't have a bad taste or anything. And so there you have it. Make your own plantain salve, y'all. And thank you for joining me for another adventure with Granny Sue.